Imagine waking up one day to find that the lifeline keeping you or your community alive has been abruptly severed. For millions of people around the world, this nightmare became a reality when the Trump administration froze funding to USAID, the United States Agency for International Development. What followed was not just a humanitarian crisis, but also a legal battle that reached the highest court in the land, the U.S. Supreme Court. This isn't a story about abstract policies or political debates. It's about real lives hanging in the balance. People enrolled in life-saving experimental programs suddenly unable to access critical care. Families who relied on food aid now facing starvation. Women denied access to contraception, leaving them vulnerable to unintended pregnancies and public health challenges. Every day without funding means more suffering and more deaths. But how did we get here? Why would an administration take such drastic action, and what does it mean for the rule of law when Congress appropriates funds only for those funds to be ignored? Today, we'll explore the shocking details behind this case, the human cost of delayed justice, and the profound implications for America's role on the global stage. By the end of this video, you'll understand why this fight matters not just for those directly affected, but for all of us who believe in accountability, compassion, and the power of collective action. In a world already teetering on the brink of chaos, one decision has pushed millions closer to despair. The United States Supreme Court now stands at the center of a legal storm, a battle over life and death itself. At stake, the future of USAID, funding a lifeline for countless individuals across the globe. This isn't just politics, it's humanity hanging by a thread. For decades, USAID has been a beacon of hope, or promise from the United States to the world that no one should face starvation, disease, or abandonment. From experimental medical treatments saving lives to food programs preventing famine, USAID represents the best of what humanity can achieve when nations come together. But all of that changed when the Trump administration abruptly cut off funding. Overnight, programs that kept people alive were left in ruins, clinics closed, supplies ran out, and the most vulnerable paid the ultimate price. Imagine being told that the treatment keeping you alive will suddenly stop, that the medication implanted in your body requires regular monitoring, but the clinic is now locked. Imagine watching your child go hungry because the food aid you depended on has vanished. These aren't hypothetical scenarios. These are real stories unfolding right now. Reports estimate that nearly 912,730 women per week lost access to contraception. Thousands of USAID workers were placed on leave, leaving critical programs paralyzed. Every day without funding means more suffering and more lives lost. Faced with this humanitarian catastrophe, plaintiffs took their fight to court. On February 13th, U.S. District Judge Amir Ali issued a blistering ruling: reinstate the funding immediately or risk irreparable harm. He gave the administration 36 hours to act, 36 hours to save lives. But instead of compliance, the Trump administration doubled down. They appealed to the Court of Appeals, which swiftly rejected their plea. Undeterred, they turned to the highest court in the land, the U.S. Supreme Court. In a move that shocked many, Justice John Roberts stepped in. Invoking emergency powers, he issued a stay temporarily halting the district court's order. For those counting on USAID funding, it was a devastating blow. While the justices deliberated, the human cost continued to rise. Critics accused the administration of exploiting procedural delays to mask their indifference. After all, they had done nothing for weeks only to claim compliance was impossible within 36 hours. Was this incompetence? Or something far darker? To understand the gravity of this case, we must delve deeper into its legal intricacies. The plaintiffs argued that the administration violated Congress's appropriations authority, a fundamental principle enshrined in Article 1 of the Constitution. Yet, despite clear legal precedent, the Trump administration refused to budge. During hearings, the frustration of judges became palpable. When pressed about their failure to act for 2 weeks, government attorneys offered weak excuses, claiming logistical challenges, but as Judge Ali pointed out, if they couldn't comply in 36 hours, why hadn't they acted sooner? This case raises profound questions about the balance of power between branches of government. Can the executive branch unilaterally ignore Congress's appropriations decisions? Or does Article 1 of the Constitution still hold sway? As the Supreme Court weighs these issues, the outcome could set a precedent with far-reaching implications not only for future administrations, but also for the millions who depend on U.S. foreign aid. At its core, this case reflects a broader ideological divide gripping America. On one side stand those who believe in robust federal oversight and adherence to constitutional principles. On the other are voices advocating for expansive executive powers. Wherever you fall on the spectrum, one truth remains undeniable: decisions made today will shape the trajectory of our democracy and the lives of millions worldwide for generations to come. The story of USAID is not yet written. Each of us has a role to play, whether by staying informed, demanding accountability, or supporting organizations working tirelessly to fill the gaps left by government inaction. Together, we can ensure that justice prevails and that no one is left behind. Subscribe to our channel for more updates on this critical issue. And remember, when humanity speaks, the world must listen. Thank you for watching and for caring. The story of USAID funding isn't just about politics or legal battles, it's about humanity. It's about ensuring that no one is left behind when they need help the most. This case has shown us how interconnected we are and how decisions made in courtrooms thousands of miles away can ripple across the globe, affecting lives in profound ways. But here's the truth: this fight isn't over. The outcome of this case could set a precedent that shapes the future of U.S. foreign aid and the lives of millions who depend on it. That's why staying informed matters, that's why speaking up matters, and that's why your voice matters. If you found this video informative, please take a moment to like it. Your support helps us reach more people and shed light on critical issues like this one. If you want to stay updated on the latest developments in this case and other stories that matter, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. And if you know someone who cares about justice, accountability, or global humanitarian efforts, share this video with them. Together, we can amplify these stories and make a difference. Thank you for watching and thank you for caring. See you in the next video.